Okay, we're here. Welcome to Friday. Yes. Friday, February the 24th, 2023. It's another day in paradise. What can I say? Here in the desert where I reside at the moment, it's kind of cool out. It's kind of cold out there. We're at 41 degrees right now here in Palm Desert, California. Sunrise is at 6:20, so that's in about 50 minutes from now. 41 degrees. The high today is expected to be 60. I think normal high for a day like today, 73, 75. Late February, days getting longer. My, oh my, oh my. And to add to the fun, in our condo here, our furnace isn't working. It's not working. We can't get it to turn on. Can't, can't. Occasionally it turns on when it kind of gets to it, but it's not turning on. So we're at 56 degrees in the hallway, just up there. In this little room here, because of my lighting, and I have another lamp here. I got my computer on here, which emanates some heat. I can put my hand on my iPad and warm my hand. The room gets a little warmer, but yeah, Jen and I are wearing sweatshirts to keep warm in Palm Desert. There's a blizzard warning in Los Angeles and area around Los Angeles at elevation. They're saying that snow is falling at 1,000 feet or higher. Normally it's 4,000 feet or higher. So a cold front has moved in from the north. A low pressure system is churning away, and it is being pushed away by the jet stream. It's kind of been deflected down the Pacific coast from Washington State to Oregon to Northern California to Central California to Southern California. The good news, moisture everywhere, moisture everywhere. So the mountains, that the ski resorts and whatnot, yeah, they're happy. The Sierras are getting snow. That's good for the drought situation. So certain parts of California will get too much too fast, and all spring we will have flooding in various areas. But at the end of the day, can some of this moisture end up in reservoirs where it's really needed? If the snow could just go to the reservoirs and just fall there, just fill them back up. Go to Lake Mead near Vegas and dump rain right into the lake. That would be great. Can anyone do that? I don't know. Anyway, there you have it. Our high today, 60. Our high tomorrow, 55. We're not even getting warmer. The overnight low will be again in the 40s. We'll be in the overnight lows will be in the 40s for the next 9 days. We hit 64 degrees about a week from now, and we're not getting any warmer than that between now and then. That is the story at the moment around here. I know you're crying for me. What can I say? Now, my friends in Calgary, where Jen and I are really from, right now it's 27 below zero in Calgary. Right now, 27 below. That is the low of the night, the low of the day. The high today will be 4 degrees in Calgary. So if you're thinking of going to see the Stampede City in Western Canada, bundle up, kids, because it is going to be cold outside. Not good. Tomorrow, good news, the high will be 28. And on Sunday, the high will be 35. So Calgary is coming out of a deep freeze back to more seasonal mid-20s, 30s temperatures, because the days are getting longer there too. However, it is a cold one today. Today is the coldest day in Calgary in this current streak of cold weather. I'm sure wherever you are, not pleasant. LA right now is 48 degrees and drizzling. Not nice. LA is not expecting any good weather for a while. They're not going to hit 60 degrees until next Thursday, and they're only going to get 60 degrees next Thursday. It's cold in LA for LA. What can I tell you? Sorry to bum you out or make you laugh. I don't know. Vegas is 34 degrees right now. So if you're thinking of going to Vegas for the weekend, don't be thinking you're walking around with a bathing suit on. It's cold outside. Vegas will be in the 50s and the high 40s for the next week. So not too good. Enjoy those resort fees that they'll charge you. in Vegas. Have fun with that because they love charging those $40 a night resort fees, and they don't have a pool or a hot tub available to you. It's winter. It's closed. Well, then don't charge me a resort fee. Oh no, that gives you free local calls on your phone. That's your resort fee, $40 a night. Thank you, Vegas, for showing everyone else how to rip us off. We really appreciate it. There you go. It's 42 in New York. Well, that's kind of like it is around here. 42 degrees in New York and windy. Expecting quite a bit of wind today. High tomorrow, 33 in New York. Next week, 30s, 40s, and back to 60 a week Saturday. Oh my goodness, New York is having fun too. Well, anyway, welcome to the party of North America and the kind of weather we're having here. What can I say? We'll survive. We'll find a way through it. We'll battle our way. Maybe we'll just warm up on option profits. All those profits coming in from option writing keep us warm at night and during the day. What the heck? Maybe that's what it is. Okay. I don't know. Headlines coming out. Fed favored PCE gauge. PCE gauge, what is price consumer? I'm not sure what this means. 12-month inflation rate edging upward to 5.4%, apparently. U.S. consumer spending picks up strongly in January. These are headlines that are coming out, that backward-looking announcements about performance. We'll see how this affects the markets. I'm showing the Dow off 229 this morning, now down through 231. I'm showing S&P down 30, and I've got NASDAQ down 113 points. Let's take a look here. Welcome all, by the way, to the show and the channel. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce. It's Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm glad you're here. Dow futures dropped more than 300 points after hot inflation report live updates. There you go. These are now coming out. Some of you have the ability to share with us live actual quotes, and you might be able to give me a better idea of what the market is really doing right now. Anyway, thank you all for being a personal consumer expenditure, says Whitefeather. Thank you, Whitefeather. Hector, high temp in East Coast Mexico to be 30 Celsius. Flint Creek, 18 degrees here. Blah. Not fun, is it? No. So what can I say? What's going on? Lorraine, I couldn't wake up today. I was exhausted. I'm ready to roll, though. Alberto's here. How you doing, buddy? JR's here. Bobby's here. There's a lamp just off screen. Alex is wondering, lamp? What lamp? Richard, there's no lamp. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's pouring here, Cerrito, says JR. No early morning walk. I'm listening to Uncle Bruce. Man, my calls are going to gain today if this drop keeps going. What did Bruce say about Matterport earnings? Bruce said, basically repeated what he saw, what the company said. They beat their fourth quarter expectations of revenue. They upped their guidance for 2023. They had a loss of 9 cents a share versus estimate of 10 cents a share loss, which translates to me at 3 cents a month is what they're losing at the moment on the company. They have $477 million cash in the bank, no debt, growing their subscription base by, 30% a year, still growing and growing revenues. And so they're on a growth curve. And the problem is that not a problem, but the reality is, to me, that unless they utilize some of that $477 million to acquire something that cash flows, then you've got dead money. $477 million is nice to have. It's always nice to have that kind of cash around. But it would be also nice to have $300 million to $500 million to $1 billion in gross revenue coming in. Right now, their estimates are 160-something million a year, 40 million a quarter. And at 40 million a quarter, they don't make money. They're losing just a little. So it sounds to me like getting to 50 or 60 million in gross revenue will turn the tide to profitability. So they're close. But in this market, close isn't good enough. This market wants results, and they want it now. They want earnings now. And so the stock is not reacting as well as we'd like, to say the least. So the question is, that's 3 something a share. Is this a bargain? Is this stock a bargain? because of the percentage of the cash that makes up the value of the stock. I think right now, last I saw, let me double check something here. Where am I? If I go here and then I go, I don't know, can I do that over there? Yeah, I think I can. I go over there to Matterport and I see the stock at 315 a share. The market cap of of the company is $1 billion. 477 million of the billion is cash. So they're not going out of business, but the market isn't beating a path to buy the shares. The company needs to cash flow higher, needs to generate more revenue. They're doing that 10, 20, 30% per year. Great. But we need more. And that it's possible that the 477 million they've got might be the leverage they can use to attract an asset or another company into their company. I don't know. Now, on the other hand, they could be vulnerable to a takeover. It could well be that an outside company, another company larger, looks at Matterport and goes, yeah, geez, why don't we buy these guys? Why don't we do a stock offer? Why don't we, we got, I'm going to pretend that there's a company trading at $20 a share. We got $20 stock. They're sitting at three something. Why don't we make them a deal for every one of our shares we'll issue from our treasury? We'll take three of theirs. So that's like, $6.30 a share. Why don't we offer them $6.30 a share on a stock deal? Because if we can absorb these guys into our corporation, the 477 million comes into the bank account of our two companies now. That helps fund us with them, and we can develop together to be a larger, more profitable organization. For the shareholders of Matterport, it's an exit strategy into a $20 stock, but it's at a 3-to-1. It's like a rollback, isn't it? But it's not $3 a share, it's $6.33 a share. Now, the company does the initial thing going, well, we'll have to review that. We're not so sure we want to do that. And they reject that as a lowball offer because they feel that with 477 million cash on hand and a growing company, blah, 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 they feel they're worth much more than that. So the company comes back and says 2-to-1. We'll give you $10 a share. Take it or leave it. What does management do? Does management take the $10 offer? That means you guys end up with a $20 stock, and it's like a 2-to-1 deal. You've got a rollback, don't you? So if you got 5,000 shares of Matterport, you'd have 2,500 in this example, and this is all hypothetical. But you'd have 2,500 shares at $20 a share, and you can write options on that stuff. Now you're bringing income in from something, and it's a much larger organization now because the $20 stock is a bigger company, and Matterport's part of it. That's a possibility. For Matterport, they have to take over someone they can absorb without losing control of themselves. So they'd have to buy a company smaller than they are. Now, you can, make an offer to another company. Maybe it's a private company. Matterport might go to a private company and say, look, we know you're selling product. It's related to what we do, perhaps. Maybe it's a software thing. I don't know. You've been around a while. We'd like to absorb your employees into our company. No layoffs at your place. You'll be a wholly owned subsidiary of Matterport, but we'll have consolidated financials. And we got 477 million lying around in cash. You guys need 100 million to help develop your software for this year and next year. We have that money. Maybe we're better together rather than separate. Can we find a way to merge? Now, maybe Matterport issues stock from its treasury to these folks, and they become shareholders of Matterport. Maybe they end up owning a third of the company, 35% of the company. But now, two together, financials are presented going forward, funded with cash. Could be a good deal. On the other hand, Matterport might go to Wall Street and say, we want to buy these guys. They don't want paper. They just want to get bought out. We're going to take the company over. We're going to absorb the entire entity into our entity. We're going to let half the people go and keep half and run this company going forward. But we want a 800 million in cash to buy them out. We have 477 million already. That is our cash balance to fund the expansion of this new division. but we need 800 million to buy them out. And Wall Street might come at them and say, here's $1 billion. We'll take bonds for, say, we'll take 500 million for 5 years and $500 million for 7 years, and pay us 6.5%, 7% interest on each one. Give us conversion rights into common stock at $8 a share, $10 a share for 5 years, something like that. All of a sudden, Matterport does a cash deal, acquires this company, consolidates everything in, lays off the people they don't need, keep the people they want, grow the company they want to do. They got 477 million to build the business. Commissions are paid to Wall Street. Everyone's happy, and Wall Street covers the stock. Wall Street starts talking Matterport because they've got money in Matterport from their large institutional clients, and it might be 50 million from this client and 50 million from that client. You got 20 clients, 50 million each. They're now going to promote the stock so that these clients go, glad I bought this stuff. That could happen. But then again, it might not. I'm sitting here going, I don't know. I'm telling you what the possibilities are. But the reality of it is right now, where is the stock? Well, pre-market, 314 a share. That's where it is. And that's reality right now. And I can't give you a happier picture. The shares were as low as 241 or so back in December, the end of December, tax loss selling season. The 52-week low was 237. They got up to 384 on February the 2nd, 22 days ago. They got up to 372 on the 15th, 9 days ago. And now we're at 314. So is it a bargain at 314 or not? Well, that's a question. The question is, what do you think about the potential of Matterport's business prospects? And is it a takeover target, or could it be an acquirer? That 477 gives them a nice little protection against going out of business. They got a lot of cash, and their losses are dropping, getting less every month. They are bringing more money in this month than last month, more money in the next month than the month before, more money in the month. So the losses are getting tinier and tinier and tinier and tinier. And we're down to 3 cents a month losses, 36 cents a share per year. Can they drop that to 2 cents a share losses this quarter and then lose only 1 cent a share next quarter per month, and then break even the third quarter of this year? They break even, and the fourth quarter next year they make a penny per month per share. If that is happening, and they can provide us evidence that that is the way it's going to go, the street might begin at any time to go, hey, down here, this is to be picked up now. These guys are going to go green on this thing. Within a year, they're profitable. 2 years from now, they could be making 20 cents a share, 30 cents a share, 40 cents a share profit per year. These guys are going to make 35 cents a share in 2 years per annum, and trading at 350. That's a 10-time PE multiple. That's kind of low for a growth company. Maybe this thing should be trading at 20 times earnings, and 20 times earnings on a 35 cent a share company profit, $7 stock. They might be thinking ahead, going that we're putting a $7 target on this thing over the next 24 months. Will that move the market to 4 today, 450 in the next month or two? Maybe. Depends on how many people see that report, believe that report. In the meantime, deals can happen anytime, but we never know. That's all I got. That's all I got. Now, if you'd have been around the other day, you'd know that. JR, we actually had quite a hailstorm yesterday. A little bits of ice hopping around on the lawn. Christina, sunny and 67 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's a great day here. Oh, man. Weather with Uncle Bruce. Maria, Mary McCormack, congrats. I have rental property. Great write-off for your future income along with appreciation. Maria Powell, number 60. Thumbs up. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Bobby is saying, really, local phone calls for $40 a night. I'll never go to Vegas. These hotels in Vegas, they invented resort fees 15 years ago. They came up with this bullshit charge. They would highlight on the internet, $29 a night, $39 a night, $49 a night, special room rate. Come on over. And then you go to the fine print and find out that, oh yeah, it's $39 a night, which is $40. Then there's the state tax, the city tax, all the taxes, which adds another 12%, 14%. So now you're up, from 40 to 50, $45 a night, $46 a night. Then there's the $30 resort fee. So that's $75 a night. And you want to eat breakfast? If you're going to go to their restaurant, you're talking at least $15 a person. There's $30 for breakfast for the two of you. Um, and that's bacon and eggs and some toast and a bit of coffee. Unless you want to eat at the food court, you can go to the McDonald's in the food court and eat out of plastic, whatever. Well, nice holiday you got going here. You're eating at a McDonald's, nice thing. And then of course there's no free play and there's no promotions and there's they're just come on into our casino and get hosed because our machines are racked up against you, unless you're in the high limit room, and most people don't do that. Yeah, it's getting worse now. The resort fees are now hitting 50 a night, 55 a night, and you got people paying 200 a night for a substandard room in Vegas, and they're looking for you to drop 200 a day on food. They're looking for you to drop a whole bunch of money on drinks, and it's over. The Vegas of fun is no longer around. If you're 25 years old and you're there for the first time, it's overwhelming. It's like, oh wow, look at all the lights. This is great. But if you're as ancient as I am and you've been there since the 1980s and you've gone back every once in a while, you've gone, wow, has this ever gone downhill? This is really a drag compared to what this place used to be, because now you need a car to get anywhere. It's not walk friendly so much anymore. It is a whole different place. And look, it used to be a city of 500,000, 600,000 people back in the 80s. 2 lanes each direction on the strip, and you could walk on the strip, and you could cross the street and go to that. Because now it's all these levels, and you gotta walk way further to get from one casino to another. The casinos have designed it in such a way that you don't want to walk from one casino to another because of all the panhandling in between. There's all that. There's all kinds of timeshare promoters, all kinds of other promoters. Uh, not necessarily a good time. And if you want to see a show, oh my God, the nightmare you have to go through to see a show, the prices that you'll be quoted to see a show, you will go, wow, I thought I was going to see 5 different things. I'm going to see 2. Yeah, it's not the same. I'm sorry to say. Anyway, there it is. It's 70 in Atlanta, but headed to Vail tomorrow. Giddy up, says Drew. What else is going on here? Welcome all to the program. Let me kind of catch up with some things here. Yeah, so Chris wants to know, this isn't a stock question, but I want to get your opinion. How many countries are going to have to send military support to Ukraine before we consider this a world war? Seems we are there. Well, it's a proxy war. It's a war between NATO and Russia, which includes the United States and Canada. So it's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization against the Russians in Ukraine. And the Ukrainians are our soldiers, along with a bunch of volunteers who go in there against the Russians, who are sending in, who knows what they're sending in there. People don't know how to load a rifle. Thankfully, they're that inept. And NATO is up against equipment that the Russians have been sitting on in storage since the Afghanistan conflicts back in the 80s. And it's showing. NATO has been investing in new weaponry, new designed weaponry, high-tech weaponry, and it is much more effective than the sledgehammer approach that the Russians thought would always work for them. And now we have all the NATO countries contributing in. And when there's a vote among the world's countries about condemning Russia, 140 say condemn, and 40 say either no or abstain. So the number is 140 to 40. That's the world war dynamic right now. And the apparent reality, though, is the 40 countries that won't condemn Russia or are voting with Russia represent more than half of the world's population. Because we're talking about some third world countries that don't get enough assistance from the West, or are using this as a way to get assistance from the West as an extortion. Help us with our military, this little third world country, and then we'll support you in the Ukraine effort. But they're not sending troops and weaponry. They don't have any. It's just a psychological moral support. It's not dollars and physical. The Americans are too smart to go, why should we give you a whole bunch of weapons and then get your vote in the United Nations? It won't make a damn bit of difference in Ukraine. But it will make a difference in the next 5 to 10 years because now you guys are going to invade your neighbors with these American weapons. We don't need that. Yeah, it's kind of it isn't pretty, is it? No, it's not. It's not pretty. So there you go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to have you all here. What else is going on here? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me kind of get up to here. 5:50. Yeah, we are 33 minutes away from opening. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Wait, Wooly. I thought I was under the impression ATIP was after the market. I've been saying after the market for 2 weeks. No one has contradicted me, and I haven't seen any reports from ATIP to contradict my thought either. If anyone knows exactly what ATIP is going to do, what ATIP is going to do, you let me know because I have no information anywhere that I can tell you about regarding ATIP's earnings or anything like that. I don't even see anymore its actual press release on MarketWatch. Now, maybe it's on their website that they're going to announce their earnings after the bell. Any of you guys know this, just do let me know. I'm kind of curious about that. We'll see what's happening. Okay. What else is going on here? Good morning, everybody. Hi, Susan Shops About. Thank you for thumbs up number 83. If any of you can find a thumbs up button, please hit it. What's going on? My broker sent me an email saying before the market today, Yahoo said last night. I got nothing. If anyone knows anything on ATIP, fill me in. Cats and dogs living together. Oh my God. Let's see. It's Ryan is saying, I saw on Discord that SoFi was using Bancorp for its debit cards. Now it's taking it in-house. SoFi is definitely looking for a good year this year. And Mondu, I found the thumbs up button, number 85. Mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together. Mandu, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show, all of you. We're down 366 on the Dow Jones in the pre-market with a half hour to go. Best I can give you, the best estimate I can give you at the moment, down 51 on S&P, down 214 on NASDAQ at this moment in time. So we're looking at a lower potential opening here. Of course, we're reaching 1.1% on the downside on the Dow. We're down 1.28 on S&P, and we're down 1.77 on the NASDAQ market so far this morning. Crude oil up 13 cents in Texas at the moment, all right? Not a great day for ATIP to do releases, but they don't know what the market's going to do the day they release results. How do they know? How does anyone know? Anyway. That is the story as I see it right now. Let's see. As of 5 minutes ago, according to the Wall Street Journal, let's see if I have anything new for us that I can talk to you about here. New data showing a key inflation gauge rose 0.6% in January, up from the previous months. The client suggests stocks could struggle to hold on to Thursday's modest gains. There you go. Don't have anything more on that really to give you. So sorry, that's all I can say there. Yep, lower it will be. Great for option writers. Hey, you're an option writer? Guess what you're doing? You're crossing your arms this morning watching the action here and just checking out your option chains and just see where you fit in. Where do your options fit in versus the market? But this isn't going to be a 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day sell off. This could be another week of misery for the markets all next week. Because if these inflation report numbers keep coming out the way they are, people are going, I thought inflation was not becoming a bigger problem. It seems to be becoming a bigger problem. And a lot of people are recognizing the fact that this talk about lower interest rates later this year has gone away. Now it's like the rates are going to go higher and they're going to stay up there all this year into next year as well. This is taking hold. And on the bond market, where most of the money is, pension money, pension money, hedge fund money, and mutual fund money, they're looking for yield. They're looking for return on their money. They want to bring a return in that can beat inflation or match it and not lose to inflation. And bond funds in the last year have dropped 20%. That's how much they lost last year in value because bond prices went down as rates went up. And now the worry is if rates go higher, bond values will drop again. And there might be another 10 or 15% drop on some of the most conservatively run investment funds in the world. And that upsets and unsettles people with a ton of dough. And so where do you then go for safety? Where do you put your dough to be safe? And this is why the 2-year Treasury, the US 2-year Treasury, is a safe place to put money right now, but it's approaching 5% interest yield. You can get up to 5% return on this money. And the 10-year note that I talk about here all the time, the 10-year note is quickly pushing into the fours and higher as well. Let me take a peek right now. The US 10-year, 3.92%. The German 10-year, 2.5%. The Italian is 4.4%. Spain, 3.5%. UK, 3.63%. These rates are pushing closer to this, US 4% level. The 2-year is at 5%. And it's possible that the 2-year might reach 5.5% to 6%. The 10-year might go to 4.5%, 4.75% in the next little while. And bond funds don't like this. They love the return. Believe me, they'll take the yield and go, thank you. But they're not impressed with the fact that the bonds they're buying to get the yield are dropping in value. And that is, upsetting some investors out there. And it's questioning, well, what should I do? Because equities are behind bonds as far as preferences go. Now, if you want to buy IBM right now, IBM will pay you a very healthy yield on your investment. You want to pick up IBM stock, it's going to run you 130 something bucks, $130.79, and you'll yield 5.04%. That's a nice return on your money. That's better than a 10-year Treasury, but not as good as a 2-year Treasury. And this is where investors with millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars are going, well, I'm not going to buy a million IBM shares. That's $130 million of stock. I might buy $20 million worth of IBM stock, but I'll put the other 110 million into the Treasury market, to the US government. I'll give it to them because that money is guaranteed by the good faith and credit of the American people, who I love. And so great, where IBM is a company, is not the country of America. It's a company, American-based, but worldwide operations. So you'll put some into IBM, you'll put some into Google, you'll put some into others, and you'll look for high-yielding stocks, but you'll spread that out, and you might do it through an ETF. Now, those of you out there who are watching me sort of for guidance and they're saying, Bruce, look, I want to grow my wealth. I want to protect it. I want to be conservative about it. I want to be conservative, but also get the best return I can get on a conservative portfolio. Because this is, after all, retirement money that I have been pounding away at the office for years, decades, and I don't want to just have one trade sink my retirement fund into zero. That's not what this is about. What do you recommend I do? Now, some folks are very happy to say, Bruce, I'd be delighted to buy IBM, and I'll take the 5% yield. And if I can write a call on IBM every 3 or 4 months over the year, I'll write 3 or 4 contracts every year on IBM and let them shrink down. I'll take the depreciation. Can I get anywhere from 0.75 percentage point to 1.5 percentage point profit per month on average doing this? Because if I can bring in, again, this is just general talk, if I can bring in 10% yield on option writing on IBM, which right now would be $13 a share over the year, about a dollar a month, a little more. Plus, I get the 5% dividend yield that I'm bringing in. 10% plus 5% is 15% return. So for every share, $130 that I'm buying, I'm getting $19 or $19.50 in income from that. And if it's in my retirement account, it's tax-free. That's growing and compounding tax-free. And if I have enough money in that retirement account piling up and piling up as I keep putting money into it, my employer matches it or however it's going. And with these option premiums and these dividends coming in, I can buy another 100 IBM later this year, maybe. I might have 300 now, and I'll have then 400. Then eventually I'll have 500 shares, and eventually I'll have 600. And I'll write 4 contracts, 5 contracts, 6 contracts at a time, 7 at a time, 8 at a time. There's a solid growth idea. And it's on a company that's been around for a long time, 100 plus years, pays dividends all the time, increases dividends a lot. Maybe I should do that. Now, some of mine will say, I like that idea, but I don't want to be in just one thing. I don't want to have my entire retirement plan in just one company. Perhaps the idea then is to buy an ETF, an exchange traded fund. It's a mutual fund that trades on the stock market. Now, it might be a Fidelity fund. It might be um, a million of them. I'm not going to name them off here because I'm not an expert in this area. I don't have a list of funds for you to go after. You have to do your own research. But you may find an ETF that is consisting of the FANG stocks or is consisting of good dividend payers. It might be those kinds of ETFs. It might have a collection of banks, high-tech firms like IBM, software firms, other industrials that pay a decent yield. And you might find that you can buy an ETF that gets you a 3-4% yield in dividend money. And these ETFs trade like shares, and you can buy the shares, the ETFs themselves, to receive the dividend and write options on those because the ETF units are like shares and you can write options on those shares. But you have to do your homework. And what homework is that? Not only what is the yield and how solid is the investment, you also have to do research as to how active are the contracts that you want to write on those ETF units. Is there a market for them? Is there a bid ask that is reasonable, or is there no volume whatsoever? If there's no volume on these options, there's no point in trying to write them. It will make you no money. You won't be able to get out. You won't be able to get back in. Doesn't pay. So you have to do some shopping on the most popular trading ETFs out there in the option side as well. And that's Google. It's the Google research. But then again, you might decide, well, yeah, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy 100 IBM. I'm going to buy 100 Apple. I'm going to buy 100 Microsoft. I'm going to buy 100 Cisco, and I'll just write one contract on all of these guys. There's nothing wrong with that strategy either. You are, in effect, your own ETF now. You are your privately held hedge fund, really, and you're writing calls on your own portfolio. And that's called being a money manager. And some of you are becoming these because of yours truly. I'm training you how to write options. You're taking my lessons. You're learning how this is done. You're learning and understanding the ups and downs and the little minutiae of the options market. You're figuring out the psychology of the option player on the other side of your trade. You're gaining more confidence. You're following us here, and now you're going, yeah, I've got 5 different stocks in my retirement account. And I've got a couple hundred of each one of them. And I'm going to write contracts against these stocks. And I'm going to bring in 300-400 a month here, a couple hundred a month there, and all that goes into this fund to just grow the retirement fund. And every month or two, I have a little more cash built up, and I go, okay, well, I'm going to buy another 100 shares of Cisco, and I'm going to write another call on that, or I'm going to buy another 100 IBM, or I'm going to buy another. You decide. And it might be the reason to buy whatever it is you're buying is because you bought company A up here and it's now trading down here and you're writing options on it. So you're going to buy 100 shares of this company to get your average down and write another contract to average the portfolio out a little further and enhance revenue. And if the dividends keep coming every quarter and the companies that you're investing in are consistently raising their dividends, You will have capital coming into your retirement account tax-free from dividends. You'll have capital gains coming into your account from the writing of options, and you're enhancing the return to your retirement. And if through my teachings you've gone from a 3 to 4% yield dividend only, and I've taken you to a level of 15 to 20% return dividend and option premium combination, then you can start extrapolating a little bit and go, okay, well, my retirement fund is worth $65,000 or 85,000 or 200,000 or 400,000, whatever the number is. If I can add 15% value to this on an annual basis on average and compound it, where am I at in 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years? If I'm able to generate 20% return, what will this be? You can do your own you know what I mean. You can do your own equations and figure it out yourself and go, all right, this 100,000 will be worth 120 next year. And a year after that, it could be 144. And the year after that, it could be worth 175. And you're going to go, I'm 48. I have to work another 12 to 17 years between 60 and 65. What can this account be worth in 12 years if I can average 15 to 20% return a year on my money, the retirement money? Is there enough there by the time I'm 60 where I can go, okay, between Social Security and pulling out 5% a year out of this account, can I live on it? Now, what's inflation going to be like in the next 12, 15 years? You got to figure that out as well, or give it a reasonable guess. But this will help you figure out whether you are ahead of the curve or not, and where you're going to be at just on the retirement side. Again, those of you who are getting laid off, let go. Those of you who are approaching retirement in the next few years, you know you're going to be out of the organization you're in now. You kind of know that the retirement fund that's there, that's about as big as it's going to get. You now need to enhance performance of that fund. Those of you who are in your 40s, you have time, but the time is now to start compounding returns, because you've got to grow these funds. Some of you have retirement funds that you thought would be worth $250,000 now, and they're worth 110. You're not even close, and you're going, my God, I'm supposed to have $1.5 million in retirement, and there's only going to be 600,000 sitting here, and that's if I'm lucky. The way this is being managed, it's time for you to self-manage your portfolio and go from there. Look, there's a lot you have to think about. There's a lot you have to go over. You can't make every single decision today, but you can certainly investigate what it is you're going to do going forward. And if I'm part of that solution for you, great. If you take the classes I have on my website and they help you out, boy, am I thrilled about that. There's the website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. I have 14 lessons there, all about option writing. Start with lesson number 1 and go through them one at a time and learn all about how options work. And you may find that, yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Or you may find that I had no idea I could even do this. I thought only institutional investing firms would be able, under the SEC, to be allowed to do this. I didn't know individual investors can write stock options. I thought this was the purview of the big banks and those Wall Street people that keep telling us, I'm here for you. I'm here to manage all your money. And we take the fees off the top. Don't worry about that. And we make our money. And you're getting your 4% return or 5% or 7%. It's all right. No, it's not all right. Inflation is 8 to 10%, and you're losing money to inflation right now. That's not all right. And when the bull markets were having their biggest run of all time through the 2000s, were you getting 20% of your return every year on your money? Because they were. You weren't. Something's wrong here. That's not right. No, you got to make up for lost time. This is a bear market we're in right now. No Wall Street firm is going to make you 20% this year. No Wall Street firm is going to break even for you this year. You're going to be lucky to break even on all of your investments out there with these professional money managers, because the stocks are going down in price, not up, and it's not working for you. Now, it might be time for you to take control of your own life, but you got to figure out how to do it. And so you have homework to do. Can you transfer your retirement fund that you have through your employer into a a place like an online brokerage platform trading account where you have control of that money and you can dictate what that fund does, what it buys and sells. Are you going to liquidate out the entities that are in there and then buy something else in there? Don't you never take the money out. You never touch it because you're going to get taxed. So you're not going to touch it. So you're going to grow it yourself. You're going to become your own money manager to grow your company. And are you going to decide, well, I'm going to buy GameStop shares, or I'm going to buy GameStop deep in the money calls, or I'm going to buy Apple deep in the money calls. I'm buying Apple stock. I'm buying a combination of stock and deep in the money calls. I'm going to write contracts on 3 or 4 different things at the same time. You've got to understand how all this works. And so head over here to start, hang out here with these folks to watch and learn how they're handling it. And in the next 3 to 6 months, you could well be your own asset manager going forward with a lot more comfort and a lot less stress and a whole lot more knowledge about what's going on and how it works. Welcome to the party of your future. It's your future life that we're dealing with here. We're having a lot of fun here. We love being here, but at the end of the day, we're here to make money. And to make money, you have got to invest what's called time and effort into it because it isn't going to be free. The good news for you is no matter how old you are, whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, if you've got the mental capacity to keep an eye on your money, fantastic. Your money is like an 18-year-old kid. Endless energy, can work 24 hours a day, can party on the weekend, and is ready to work Monday morning as hard as you want that money to work. That is how powerful your money is. We who are aging out don't have that energy anymore, but our money does. And what we have to do is direct our money where it'll do us the most good. Money manager. This is what you have to become, a money manager, asset manager. And you take it very seriously. And no matter what the size of your account, it doesn't matter if it's a $20,000 account, a 40, an 80, a 300, a 5 million, you've got to take control of your account and make it work for you. And there you go. Welcome to the party, everybody. We've got 12 minutes to go before we fire up the markets. They're going to open on a down dip. There's no doubt about that. I see the Dow off 364 as far as I can tell you. 51-point drop on the S&P right now. 206 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 42 cents in Texas. The percentage drop on the market, NASDAQ is the loser, 1.7%, S&P 1.28%, the Dow 1.09% lower. So they're all off to start the morning. And they've been off all morning, all last night. They all went red. Yesterday was a little dead cat bounce recovery. We lost 700 on Tuesday, something like 80 points, 90 points on Wednesday. We gained a little yesterday, and now we're off more than what we gained yesterday in the pre-market already. So we know we're going to be lower. The question is, how low is this going to be? And how long and how severe? And we'll see how that goes. You option writers out there who've written calls in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, you are sitting back going, wow, geez, I didn't think the market would keep doing this. I didn't think the market would keep going lower, but it is. He told me, Uncle Bruce told me to fold my arms and do nothing and just wait out this market. And some of you kind of listened to me. Some of you didn't, but some of you did. Those who did are looking at this going, GameStop is 1969 right now. And you're saying to yourself, I wrote 15 and 16 and 17, 18. I wrote $20 calls, $21 calls, $22 calls. All the calls that have been written on GameStop in the last, few weeks are now dropping in value. Of course they are, because the stock is dropping in price. It's down 45 cents in the pre-market to 1969. The question is, will it reach 1850 today? Could it happen that GameStop might touch 18 to 1850 today? That could push some of you folks into an opportunity trade that might motivate you to perhaps shift into different price calls. You might be going from calls that were 23s down to 21s. You might be going from 15s up to 17s. Even though the stock is lower, you might be able to do roll-ups at an affordable price. You're going to look at the option chain and figure it out. And we're going to just see what it's all about. Look at the Tesla, 195.49 down 650. Tesla contracts are backing off. It's not like this is the low of all time. This is just a lower price for the stock, and we'll see how it wants to perform. Moderna has been under pressure. It is now 142.61, down 496. Apple is off as well. We know that. See if I can get my machine to wake the hell up and give me quotes. Don't mind me, folks. Dealing here with slow internet and pre-market quotes, so it's not going to be great. We're at 147.13 down 222 on Apple, 227 lower on Apple, and nothing catastrophic, but it is a drop, 1.5%. And those of you who've written 155s, 157s, 160s, those of you who've written 150s, you're all looking at Apple contracts out of the money and falling. And for some of you, it might be that when you wrote your Apple calls, you wrote them for a very big premium. And now you're looking at a premium that is half or less of what you received. And it might be irresistible to buy up some calls on a stink bid to rewrite new calls that you've already pre-selected. You've got in your mind already, I know I'm going to buy back my March or April calls. February, March, April. I'm going to now write May, June, July, call something over there. And I want to bring in another fat premium out of the money, even though it's a little lower in strike. Doesn't matter. You're going to haul it in. You might buy back calls for $250 and write new calls for $750 and take in $500 a contract. And if you can do that once, twice, 10 times, however many you can write, add up the money. There you go. Congratulations, everybody. Keep your eye, of course, on everything else. It's what you have to do now. We're watching Rocket Lab. We're watching SoFi. We're looking for bargains here. If we are able to pick some of these off, great. Rocket Lab's just off a penny. SoFi's down 17 to 638. 7 minutes away from opening now. We got Matterport down 11 cents to 306. We have 23andMe off 2 pennies, looks like. Spire, nothing yet. ATIP seems to be at 36.8, up 1 3/4 cents. Maybe that's what it's doing. Smart Rent is up 3 cents to 250. Cyxtera was down a nickel last night. Apple's down 224. Goldman is down 85 cents. Cisco's down 51. Tesla's down 647. ARK Innovations, the ARKK ETF, is off 124. You can write options on those. You can also buy deep in the money calls on ARK Innovations and write on those. Microsoft down 455. Bed Bath Beyond down a nickel. Pfizer down 26. HPQ down 54 to 29.01. Carvana down 147 to 864, something like that. It's getting hit today. Alphabet, Google down 142 to 89.65. Amazon down 241 to 93.41. Nvidia down 324 to 233. Had a wonderful day the other day. It's giving up a little bit of ground today. There it is. Headline, all 30 Dow stocks are falling, led by Boeing, Salesforce, and Disney. That is the headline coming through. There it is. That's what we're watching. That's what we see going on here. We have a lot happening. We're opening in 5 minutes. We will be busy this morning. And welcome to the party, everybody. Let's see how you're doing. All right, let's see now. What else are we doing here? Just double checking on my commentary here. Thank you, Manager Mirko H. Gregory, for these thumbs ups, getting us to 102 thumbs ups a few minutes ago. We're looking for 200 thumbs ups every day. Thank you, everybody. And what else is going on? Let's go. Here's an idea for a class. Uncle Bruce, switching from growth to retirement. What do you do at 65? There you go. Let's see. Alex saying, I have some powder for more SoFi, hoping for a dip back towards 6. My average is still just above 10. I got to try harder. And David Flores, I looked up bile dancing in the dictionary and I saw no photo of Uncle Bruce. I'm really confused. Let's see what else is going on here. JR, that was Dave. That was a photo of Alberto. It's not Bruce. Nick, poll, will the Dow drop 1,000 points today? One or yes or no? What do you think? Latest news, Susan says the retirees need 55,000 to 60,000 a year. Social Security brings in 2,800 to 3,200 for most. I hope so. You need 30,000 in premiums from covered calls. Seniors need 2 million. This info is from investment companies that want your money to manage. That's right. They want to manage your money. They're never going to get you there, but they want to do it. Yeah. Deuce Caboose 108, Bruce. Giddy up. People talking about writing on AI. What else is going on here? Okay, I was curious if you guys sell GameStop before earnings and then reposition. What do you think we should do here? A lot of questions there. What else is going on here? Uncle Bruce, would you recommend to roll 2025 Tesla down from 230 to 220 or lower? Again, I'm not sure what this means. If you've written a call for 2025 expiry with a 230, could you move it down now to 220 and bring in some cash? You can always do that. Or should I put a limit to cover at 230 or 232? Again, I'm not sure what this means. I got one person asking me one question, one person asking me another. It looks like this is the same thing. I don't know what stock we're talking about. What else? It's Ryan A. Uncle Bruce, speaking of classes, do you have an accumulation growth class? Accumulation growth class. I've never labeled them like that. So don't know if I do anything like that. Somebody might know. 116, 117 thumbs ups. Thank you. And what else is going on? Yes, Tesla was written. Yeah, Charlie says, I wrote Tesla. So yeah. Well, with the stock backing off for you right now, Tesla at 196, down 580 today. You could go from a 230 to a 220 or a 230 to a 210 and take the cash, or you could go from a 230 2025 contract and maybe write a 210 2024 contract, maybe a June 2024, bring in 6 months of time, come down $20. That's an idea. Something to look into. Keep an eye on the option chain. The further the stock backs off, the more your contracts are going to drop. And the further they drop, the others are dropping as well. But the further yours drop down out of the money, the easier you're going to be able to roll into lower priced contracts, but perhaps closer in time. Can you get out of 2025 and get into 2024? Can you get into late 2023 contracts in a couple of stages? I don't know. Keep your eyes open on the option chain. Manager Uncle Bruce, I was asking, should I cover NVIDIA at 230 or 232? It's NVIDIA. Thank you, manager, for telling me what stock you're asking me about. I don't know. It's I'm not trading. You are. You got to decide yourself. NVIDIA, it had a real run yesterday, didn't it? And it's backed off. It might back off a bit today, possibly. And you may want to cross your arms for a while and let this market do a number on it. If that's going to happen, I don't know. You're one watching the market much more closely than I am with your quote machine. Maybe just cross your arms and just let's see if this market, it's down 404 on the Dow. Larry's hitting the bells. Let's see what it wants to give you. All right, let's go. I'm ready. Thank you, everybody. And Larry Titus, there we are. Thank you, pal. Appreciate this. And here we go. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I had written for huge premiums on Tesla for June 2025. Right on, Charlie. Way to go, pal. Well, love this. You may just cross your arms and just watch it continue to depreciate. Who knows? Yeah. Fun times at the OK Corral, kids. Isn't this great? Welcome, everybody, to the party. Welcome to Friday. Nice to have you here. Thank you all for the thumbs up so far. I think we got 125 or something like that. If you can hit the thumbs up button for us, it would be great to add to it. I'd like to get to 200 today. Thank you all. And thank you for becoming members of this channel. Those of you who are members, we're going member-only comments now. Thank you all for the support. that you give us. Jen and I, we love you. And there you go. We had a lovely evening last night. We went out for dinner with a couple of viewers who were in town to pop by here, and it was great. We were sorry that the weather experience isn't any better. It's not pretty out here right now, but still a pretty place to be. And we went over the channels, both my channels, and following what's going on there. It was just great to meet them and have a bite to eat. And it's great to meet great to meet viewers on a one-on-one basis sometimes like that. It's just fantastic. Thank you all for joining in this morning. And let's see what's going on. Excuse me. Thank you, everybody. Here we are. We are up and running. We're open. We're down 405 on the Dow, 56 on S&P, and 225 on NASDAQ, I believe, at least. And let's see if we can get an update here. There we go. 388 on the Dow now on the down dip. GameStop is off 44 cents to 1970 now. SoFi 640 down 15. Tesla 196.88 down 519 a share. Apple down 251. HBQ down 47. ATIP is down 2.7 cents at 35.1. From what I can see, although that I might believe that might be last night's trade, so that may not be an update yet. Google down 126 at 89.77. Moderna down 450 to 143. Cisco down 50. Pfizer down 51. IBM off 145. Microsoft down 460 to $250. 23andMe is down 6. Matterport is down a dime. Bed Bath Beyond is off 7 cents. Cyxtera down 11. Rocket Lab down 10. SmartRent down 8 cents. They come out with their numbers, SmartRent, next week, I believe. What do I got? SmartRent on March 8th, actually, so it's a couple of weeks. We've got ATIP today, Rocket Lab on the 28th of February. That's in 4 days. And then we have SmartRent a little later after that. Fantastic. Welcome, one and all, to the party, pals. We are running. We're open, and we're rolling along here. We got a lot to watch simultaneously here. Spire is, looks like up a couple of pennies. Amazon down 199. Home Depot down 450. Netflix down 333. Vanik down 426. Adobe down $20 today. Goldman down 170, Boeing off 7.25, Meta, the Facebook down 310 to 168.94, broken 170 here. Interesting. Royal Caribbean down 160, Target down 214, JP Morgan down 30 cents, Costco down 365, Walmart down 196, Disney down 197, Nvidia 233.65 down 299. The low on the Nvidia 131 already, and we had a huge day yesterday. So to see a pullback today of a couple of bucks is not out of the question. The question is, will it? It's off at the moment, and I can easily see a $10 pullback not being outrageous, but not guaranteed either. This is a market unto itself. American Airlines down 32 cents at 15.55. The Dow is off, I believe, 336 at the moment. Let me double check on my other devices here. See what we got. Just all kinds of fun, kids. There you go. Down 363 on the Dow Jones, 49-point drop on S&P. NASDAQ down 178, 1.5% for the NASDAQ, 1.2% on S&P, and the Dow is off 1.1%. Oil is now negative 59 cents lower in Texas, 74.80. If we have slower growth expected in economies with higher inflation, oil goes down. Simple as that. All righty. There you have it. We've got a negative start to the session. We'll just see now how intense this negative start really is. Okay. Welcome. And what else is happening here? There you go. All right. Well, we've got the Dow off 360, GameStop down 23, SoFi down 16 to 639, Tesla down 551 at 196.56, Apple 146.79, HBQ down 47 to 29.08, ATIP is open. It's down 1/10 of a penny at 35 cents even at the moment. ATIP at 35 cents on the nose at the moment on 12,000 shares. And I have not seen any announcement about the company regarding earnings. If anyone knows anything, let me know. I believe it's coming after the bell. If I'm wrong, do fill me in. I don't have anything I can pinpoint here. I don't believe so. Let's see if there's anything over here. Yeah, still no press release from the company. So I'm assuming it's tonight after the bell. If anyone knows anything different, do tell. Please do tell. All right. There you go. Yeah, GameStop down 251, down 1.7% on Apple, 146.83. The lower it goes, the more attractive it is. There it is. Apple right now is trading at a PE multiple of 25.3, according to MarketWatch. And we're talking about a company with a market cap of $2.36 trillion. The number one, I think it's the number one market cap, unless it's Microsoft. Right up there. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being in this morning, hanging around. Nice to see you here. Let's see what we got over there. Okay. Okay. Watching all kinds of stuff at the same time. The Dow off 3.25, 325 points, and it did touch a 400-point loss for a minute. We're 8 minutes into the session now. GameStop 1986 down 28. SoFi at 639 down 16 cents. SoFi volume this morning 1.3 million. Nothing to worry about there. Very quiet. The low 635, now 639. GameStop volume this morning 171,000 shares. So that's what, 42,000 pre-split. Dead quiet on GameStop. Down 28 cents. Tesla 196.88 down 519. Still holding a loss. Apple down 236. HBQ still at 29.07 down 48. Google down 122 at 89.85. Moderna is 142.14 off 543 a share today. Cisco 48.76 down 44 cents. Pfizer down 39 cents to 41.91. IBM 96 cents lower, 129.82. Microsoft 250 a share, $250 a share, down 421. Market cap on that one, 1.86 trillion. So Apple is bigger than Microsoft by about 500 billion or so. 23andMe down 4.5, Matterport down 7.5, and Rocket Lab down 11, SmartRent down 11, Spire down 2 at the moment. That's what we have so far this morning. Welcome, one and all, to the show. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce sitting here with his sweatshirt on because the heat is not working in our condo. It's not the end of the world, but it's cool in this house. What can I say? I got my hot coffee in here to keep me going. And Jen is as snug as a bug in a rug in the bedroom. She's all tucked in and she's staying warm. And so we might have to call our management company today to mention that our heat isn't working. I wonder how many other furnaces in Palm Desert are not functioning very well, because outside we were 40 degrees this morning, 8 degrees above freezing. And inside this condo, it is 54 degrees. It usually gets up into the low 60s inside here as the day opens up, but without much sunshine expected today, I don't know if we're going to get that much warmer. So we'll be watching that. Oh my gosh. Options Nomads. I am loving this dip on Adobe. I am sure you are. Welcome and thank you for the 137 thumbs up. Are you happy about the dip on Pfizer? How's that going for you? I'm imagining it's still working for you. It's been an interesting session already. Down 345 on the Dow Jones. And GameStop down 32 now to 1982. SoFi 38 down 17. Tesla down 662 to 195.45. Apple down 259. HPQ down 45. Google down 133. Moderna down 698 to 140.59. We're in danger of breaking 140 on Moderna. Another mark. Interesting. A donation just came in on PayPal. Thank you. A donation to help you keep warm in the harsh, brutal winter that you're facing down there. I thank you. Bobby Atkinson, thanks, pal. I think that's a fellow Canadian. Yeah, Brockville, Ontario. Thank you, my friend. Cash to burn to stay warm in California. Thank you, sir. Yeah, what can I say? It's cool. How about that? It's a little cool in here, and we are hanging around. Thank you very much. Let's see. JR, Uncle Bruce yesterday bought back some July 21 20s, and am I looking to roll? Suggestions. Um, um, what stock are you talking about? Is that GameStop? Help me here. Vilbus, Uncle Bruce, we got a foot or so of snow yesterday in Minnesota, and it was minus 10 this morning. Woof. It's about that time I get tired of winter. DQ, 138 thumbs ups here. I was able to make some quick money short flipping Boeing this morning, pre-market and at the open. Way to go, pal. JR. It's GameStop, Bruce. I'm doing this on GameStop. Marcus 142. Thank you, Marcus. So JR, you bought back some July 20s. What should you write now is what you're wondering. Should I look into further out? What? Well, again, we're at 1978, down 36 cents. I do not know. I don't know if buying back July 20s was a good idea. I'm not sure. Not sure if that's what you really wanted to, should have been doing. But again, if they had been much higher and they've come down for you, which is probably what motivated you to take them back, I'm cool with that. It's okay. But now what to do next is a good question. Do you write something into June, May, June, July, August, September? Forget about the old ones, and now fresh slate. What do you write now, and for how much? What kind of premium can you get on GameStop contracts over the next 3, 4, 5 months or whatever it is, 6 months? You got some shopping to do, definitely. Price-wise, I mean, ideally, you want to be able to write 21s, 22s to stay ahead of this market, ideally. Now, you may have been in a position where you were in the money on your calls and they came down to at the money or below, and you took your exit strategy there. Fair enough. So now, what do you write instead of this? How do you go forward? If you go out to August, for an example, the 20s will get you maybe 440. The 21.25s could get you almost $4, and that might be the move you may want to make. But I don't know your situation. What did you buy yours back at, and how you did, and how comfortable are you? But ahead of the market is where you want to be. The Dow's off 420 right now. We're going lower from what I see here now. Down 38 on GameStop. SoFi down 20. Tesla down 739, Apple down 266, HPQ down 47, ATIP down a half a penny, Google down 120, Moderna down 632 to 141, Cisco down 54, Pfizer down 56, IBM down 98, Microsoft down 443 at the moment. So it's red everywhere. Of course, it should be. When we're down 448 on the Dow, we should be red. On these markets. Let's see how we're doing otherwise. Yeah, JR, you may not be happy me talking about August contracts. You might not want to hear that further out. You may decide to take a $3 premium on a May contract of some kind. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but as always, I go for the dough. I take as much money as I can here off the table because you want time and money, giving you lots of time to decide what to do. We're down 59 on S&P. We're down 208 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 1.8%. S&P down about 1.5%. The Dow's down 1.3 now, okay? No mention of an earnings event on ATIP's website even. Someone needs to be kicked to the curb. Yeah, DH, again, I am confused with ATIP. As you know, I'm always confused with ATIP. I'd love to hear some information on this. Mark, I see on NASDAQ page that ATIP reports 3/7 after hours. That's March 7th. So, what's going on? Open buy, wave over, market's going lower, says Nick. Option writers rejoice. DH Rugman has crawled out of bed. JR, I don't mind further out. There you go. Nick, yes, 10-year might break 4% today. So many bad things happening on one day. That 10-year, that means the 10-year treasury might yield over 4%. It's at 3.92 earlier this morning that I saw. JR, August 21-25s might be the contract for you with that fancy, that nice $4 ballpark return, unless you want to write 20s for a little more than that. Park that cash in your account and just leave it there. Don't even do anything with it. Don't buy any deep in the money calls. Don't just whatever. And let's see what happens this next week. Because if the shares drop to 18, maybe those calls from 4 will go to 3, 280. I don't know. Let's see. 21.25. So with an $18 stock price, 325 out of the money. Not bad. On the other hand, you might want to write third Friday of March, third Friday of April contracts at 20s. Come closer in and hit those at 20. I don't know what premium you'll get, though. I'm not looking at it, so you'll have to do that work yourself and see if that's worth your time for a shorter time frame. Constantine, Uncles, I have 10 calls to write on GameStop. Should I wait for the market to settle or wait for next? You're gambling. You're gambling again. You're not writing when you're supposed to write. You're supposed to write immediately. Again, my friend, as I say to JR, it's a question of how far out you want to go, how much money you want to bring in. I say bring in cash, lots of it, and you should be paid handsomely for your risk. If you can write 10 calls and get $4 a call in your hands, ballpark, that's $4,000. And if you want to take that money and buy some more deep in the money calls, which might now be down to 10 something, that's a strategy. Then you could buy maybe 4 more and write on those. Or take this $4,000, park it, keep it as dry powder, and wait and see what happens. And then decide, later today or Monday or Tuesday what to do with the $4,000, depending on how the market wants to, play. You want to get to the point, Constantine, where eventually you're writing calls and you have a cash balance at hand all the time, and you can make moves whenever it's necessary, whether to roll up or roll down or buy deep in the money calls or stock or average down on something, pay a bill, blah, 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 blah. But 1980 is where the stock is at. It's not falling out of bed. It's 1980, 82. It's down 32 cents. But I'd be looking at 20s, 21, 25s, $22 calls. What can you write? Go shopping and bring in some cash. Absolutely. Bringing in $4 on a $20 stock, that's good money. That's 20% of the price of the stock. That's good money. Really good money. Understand, Tesla's at $200. You're writing a $4 call on GameStop and Tesla's around $200. That's like a $40 call on Tesla. That's what we're talking about here, the equivalent of $40. Do you mind that it's out in August? You shouldn't. Take the cash if they're going to hand that kind of money to you. DQ, ATIP hasn't scheduled the results call. All the dates out there are estimates, says DQ. DH, Constantine, waiting is gambling. There you go. Manager covered NVIDIA short profit, $23,000. Giddy up, manager. You deserve every penny you can get. You're going through the ringer on these things. Nice hit. And keep building the cash and keep building the wealth, my friend. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. We're down 445 on the Dow. We're down 60 on S&P, 218 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is down 1.8%, Dow 1.3%. So the NASDAQ is down almost half as much more than the Dow is off. So the Dow should be off 650 to match. But it's down 448. There it is. That's what we got here. GameStop 1974, from what I can tell you, down 40 cents right now. We've got SoFi down 22 at 634. Tesla 193.73 down 834. And again, those of you who have written calls on Tesla, you're watching them back off. Great. You can do this and just keep letting it happen, or you can consider a roll down where you go from a far out contract in time and bring one in, buy one closer in time, maybe closer in premium or not. If you've written a 170 call out to 2024, 2025, the stock is now 193. So it's getting closer to your strike price. Fold your arms and relax. That might be your best strategy right now because these calls are backing off wonderfully. They're going to keep backing off, as will the stock, because there's no loyalty that the stock should stay here or within 5 or 10 of this price. It can fluctuate another $20, $30 up or down, but I'm guessing more lower than higher. So perhaps sit tight, just let the depreciation keep kicking in, and the dip keep having its effect. Tesla wants to go to 180. Your 170s, your 180s, your 190s will all be substantially lower. And at that point, you might consider rolling calls from farther out in time to closer in time. Might be very advantageous to do it. All righty. Interesting stuff. Thank you all for being here. Apple down $3. HPQ down 59. ATIP is at 34.6 cents a share on 12,000 volumes. So half a penny lower. Nothing going on yet, and no news on release dates. I'm completely befuddled because I was under the impression it was today. It was supposed to be today. That's what I had heard. That's what I'd written. I'd found that written somewhere. Now I can't tell you where because I don't write down sources of this stuff. I just see it and I write it up. So now I'm not. Now I don't know what's going on in ATIP. If anyone knows, do let me in on it. Google down 148 to 89.59. Moderna down 538 at 142.20, threatening the 140 level. Cisco down 64, 48.57. Pfizer 41.68, down 62 cents. Deep in the money calls on Cisco and Pfizer have got to be getting really attractively priced. Pfizer 34s, 35s, 36s might be really attractive. A $34 Pfizer is $7.60 out of the money, almost 20% out of the money. I would consider that a safe bet for 2025 if you can get something, again, under the 90-10 rule. Cisco at 48.58. If you can buy 40s, 38s, if you can get a 40 for around $900, man, that's a good deal. Then you can write, against a $9 contract for hopefully a 2025 contract for the next year or two. Nicely there. Keep an eye. IBM 129.93 down 86 cents. It's grudgingly giving up a little ground. So if you buy the stock, that's one move. Otherwise, buy IBM deep in the money calls, but you won't get that 5% yield. And you got to ask yourself, should I buy the stock? Can I buy 100 shares of IBM and take the yield instead? Or should I just buy deep in the money calls and write calls? You got to look at the call option chain to see if it's worth your while. I don't know what it'll cost you to get a 90-10 rule IBM call. If it runs you $5,000 and you can only get a $300 premium, might not be worth it. So again, it might be worth it. You got to decide for yourself. All right, Microsoft 249 down $5. 220 calls, 210 calls in the money might be the way to go there. We're down 6 cents on ME. We're down 9 on Matterport. We got Rocket Lab down 13. Smart Rent down 7.5. Spire down 3 cents. Amazon down 195. Home Depot down 460. Netflix down 585. Manic Vectors down 470. Adobe down $21 at $325 today. The low of $322. That's where she is right here, right now. Goldman down 104. Boeing down $740 at $200 a share. Boeing in the last month now did top out at about $219 on February 14, 10 days ago. So from $219 to $201 in 10 days. Definitely getting hit. The 787 news today is not good. Talking about deliveries being halted again on the 787. That is not good for the momentum of this stock. Those of you who've written calls on Boeing are noticing your calls are falling fast. Let it keep happening. Boeing will go lower again. If that news doesn't get better fast, and it doesn't look like it. Meta, Facebook down 341 to 168. We are definitely coughing up more ground here. Again, this one topped out at 191 ish. Not too long ago. It's now 168. This is a $23 drop in not a long time. We're talking Feb 7. So in 17 days, there's almost 10% lost here, and it's still dropping, which tells me these contracts that have been written on Facebook are falling off, and time is also eating them up. Okay, sometimes things work in slow motion. It is frustrating. AMC and APE are combined down 18.5 cents at the moment. Royal Caribbean down 164 to $70.07. All right. Target down 73. JP Morgan up 13 cents. Costco down $6. Walmart down 240 now. Disney down 195 to 99.78. We're back under 100. Disney hit 113 on February 2nd. In 22 days, it's given up $14, and it is still falling again today, and will for a while. It's trading at 55 times earnings, and it doesn't look to me like Disney's going to be a money machine the rest of this year. I don't think so. NVIDIA down 527 now to 231.37, and American Airlines down 27 cents to 15.60 as we go here. All right. What else we got? Down 427 on the Dow. GameStop 1988 down 26, SoFi down 22 at 634, Tesla down 789 to 194.18. There you go. Tons to watch, kids. Oh boy. Alrighty. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I know we're an option writing channel, but is there any merit into buying bonds at some level, unless you have 100,000 or more? No. No. You're not going to get a fill. With commissions and fees, your yield will be destroyed. So you're better off going into individual equities or ETFs that give you a good yield. BW, DQ, they've been silent on IR page for a long time now. This is ATIP. I think they're trying to figure out how to give yet another bad earnings report to the markets and not go 10 cents lower. Karim, still crossing my arms on my Meta Uncle Bruce. Right on, Karim. That's exactly what you got to do. Yeah, just let the Meta back up. It's going to continue to back off. There are people out there really disappointed who paid 180 to 191 for this stuff in a hurry. They jumped into that thing when it ran on them. And now what are they looking at? A betrayal, down and down. More layoffs are being rumored. And this is not helping the stock at all, is it? Even the rumors aren't helping it. So yeah, lower pricing there. Nick, easy, no, goodbye thought on bonds. There you go. DQ, all ATIP literally is facing delisting, so there might not be an earnings report. Well, again, if they have a delisting on the New York Exchange, they will list elsewhere. You can list on the pink sheets, the over-the-counters. You can list on probably NASDAQ. They will still trade. You'll be able to trade your stock. It just won't be on the New York Exchange if it isn't there. My hunch is that they likely will, before they allow the stock to delist off of New York, what they would likely want to do instead is to do a rollback. And it might not be pretty, but they might do a 10-for-1 rollback and have the stock sitting at 325 to 355 to 375 a share rather than 35 cents. Not good for you guys. If you got 10,000 shares, now you'd have 1,000, but it would be 1,000 at 350 instead of 10,000 at 35. This is just theoretical if this were to take place. They can make that move and maintain listing on New York. No problem at all. They are, I'm sure, are every day talking about it. I am certain every minute of every day they're talking about it, but we hear nothing, and that's the frustrating part. Absolutely frustrating, no question about it. 434 on the Dow, down dip today. 61 on S&P, 214 on NASDAQ. And there we are. What's going on here? Okay. New home sales in December Revised to 625,000 from 616. New home sales rise to 670,000 annual rate in January versus a revised 625,000 in the previous month. Is that going to save the market today? I don't know about that. Higher interest rates will likely reverse these numbers yet again. So don't know about this. These are guesstimates. Let's see what else. What else is going on? 441 drop on the Dow right now. We're still at 1988 on GameStop, down 26 cents. The low today was 1960. The volume 327,000. So this is the best level of the GameStop shares for a while, but still nothing to get excited about. SoFi 634 after hitting a 631 low, 3 million volume. Nothing trading on SoFi. So this sell-off is not affecting these two stocks in a heavy get out of town way. Sellers are reluctant to give up stock here on these two, from what I can see here. Tesla 194 down $8, 29 million. That looks like typical volume on Tesla. Apple down 293 on 8.4 million. 146.12 the low, 146.47 where we are. Nothing too exciting over there. HPQ down 55, ATIP at 33.3 cents. Google 89.37 down 170. Moderna down 569, 141.88 last trade on Moderna. It is definitely backing up again. Cisco down 72 today, 48.49. Pfizer down 60, 69, 70 cents, 41.60 on Pfizer. And 41.56 low of the day on Pfizer, trading at 7.6 times earnings on Pfizer. Serious company trading at cheap prices. What can I say? IBM down 104 right at the moment. If you buy Pfizer as a shareholder, out and out buy the stock, you'll get a 3.87% yield on your money. That's equal to the 10-year treasury, just about the same as a 10-year treasury. So if you're looking for some dividend yield, Pfizer may be the way to go. But the big but there is Pfizer is projecting lower sales this year due to COVID. And is the dividend intact? Most say yes, it is. But there is that what if they reduce their dividend by 20% and preserve money? Do they need to do that? I don't think so, but I'm just asking. That's what markets do. That's what players in the market are always asking about any stock. We're down 18 cents now on GameStop, pushing back to 20 bucks, 19.97 here, trying to get to 20 bucks a share. SoFi 638, coming back up a little bit. Tesla still at 194.68, a little bounce up. Apple, a little bounce back at 146.64 at the moment. All righty. What else is going on? BW. I don't think I'd want to vote for a RS of any kind. An RS. Don't think I want to vote for it. Figure out how to run ATIP and pay you people with money in the coffers. You could pay the IR department without having to that chief growth officer. Vote for a reverse split. The RS reverse split. What is he asking? What's he saying? I don't think I'd want to vote for a reverse split. Well, you either do a reverse split or delist off of New York. That's a prestigious listing to have. My hunch is that they'll do it if they have to. But the stock is not getting to $1, is it? That's the problem. Manager, I'm looking into getting Google. What should be a good entry point? I'm looking at 85 cash secured put on Google right now. Yeah, well, 89.44 is what the stock is. It's trading at 19.7 times earnings. And the question is, has the company suffered the worst of their economic downturn, or is the economy going forward going to be more difficult for Google to make the money they've been making in past years? And if the street feels that their earnings are going to be flat to negative 5%, the stock has no future, has no serious upside. Yes, on days like today, it can drop a few dollars and come up a few dollars, but it's not going to go up 15, 20 bucks. So Nick, I don't know what to make of it. DQ reverse split. DQ, you'd rather do a reverse split than go to the pink sheets? Oh yeah, yeah, I would. I would definitely want to do that. Yeah, because on some of your platforms, you might not be able to trade the stock, which means millions of investors out there can't trade the stock. They won't even get alerts on the stock. They won't get press releases on the stock. You go to pink sheets, you're kind of off the board and you're off the awareness chain. And New York is where you want to be. Definitely. You're better off doing a reverse split. We'll see what happens. I don't know what they want to do. I'd love to hear it, manager. I think if Meta is going to be laying off and then buy back, Google might do the same. No idea, no idea there. No doubt. The home skill going to the pink sheets will be terrible for HIP. Bobby, option trading in pink sheets. Yikes! I don't know about that. BW, can ATIP not bring up the fact that someone it's putting their share price down here at the 30 cent range? They have more cash than their market cap. SSC, nothing to see here. How many of our SPACs the same? Well, BW, if the company were to release that information, were to brag about that, were to literally buy advertising to promote themselves, that can be done. They can literally buy ad space in financial publications, blogs, vlogs, whatever, to promote themselves. They're not doing that. I don't think. Do you see anything? I don't see anything. It's frustrating as what it is. Marcus, ATIP short interest 7.7% with 13 days to cover. 10-to-1 reverse split on ATIP would reduce the float to 19 million shares, greater potential for a short squeeze. Well, remember, the shorts would also be 10 for 1, right? So you're short 1 million shares. Now you're only short 100,000. So it's all relative in that sense. But yeah, we'll see. DQ, Moderna under 140. DQ is watching. DQ is watching Moderna very closely. 139.91. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Down go those contracts again. Down they go again. Wow, what a run! What a run indeed. Very interesting. The markets are adding to the misery. There's no doubt about that. All right. Yet latest University of Michigan reading shows U.S. consumer sentiment at 13-month high. But then again, what was it like 13 months ago anyway? Was it really in the pits 13 months ago, and this is barely over the pits? I wonder about that. I don't know, kids. I don't know. We'll find out. Moderna, the January 180 Modernas for January 2025, 2780 bid. They were 33 bid last night. 2780 bid. Down they go again. Wow. That's a $6 drop roughly, and the stock's off 674. So these calls are really getting hit. That is something, which now, of course, begs the question, does our friend DQ consider a roll down on these contracts? And can he get closer in to make this work? That is the question. $27. He can write 140s for $27 ballpark into this year, October. That might be a little too dramatic. Jan 24s, moving in 1 year to write something in the 27 range. You'd be talking about 155s for almost $27. 150s for 29-ish is possible. Again, you'd have to get a stink offer there. But that would be a couple of bucks in your pocket with a 150 strike price instead of a 180 strike price, and 1 year closer in. The key is to get in as close as you can in time to make it worth your while to want to do a write and a roll down, because right now these calls are falling off the map and they're way out of the money. $27 calls around July of this year. You're going to have to write in the monies, 130s, 125s. That might not be palatable. So waiting it out, continuing to enjoy the depreciation Might be the name of the game here on Moderna. It's sitting now 140.76 with a low of 139.22 and looks like more downside coming, which is a good thing. 135 a share will take these calls even lower for you and put more calls in play. Interesting. Yeah, DQ, $4 spread on those, eh? Yes, sir. On those 180s, a $4 spread. Always watch the bid. That's the real price. The bid. That's the thing. BW, yeah, ATMP hired a chief of growth officer. Guess he just wanted the salary and not do the work. Crickets from his team. He must have come over from Spire. On the other hand, BW, it could well be that he came in and he's being told by the board of directors, we have plans. Here's what we want to do. We're checking with our legal team at the Securities and Exchange Commission, our law officer. We're double checking to make sure if we propose a rollback or we propose this or we propose that or we're thinking of doing blah, 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 blah. And this growth officer is going, okay, I'll wait until you tell me what to do. And he's under a gag order. Can't speak because there are serious decisions being made at the board level that are going to materially affect the company. And he has to wait until he can speak. That could be it. It could be that innocent. I don't think it's anything sinister. Jennifer, ATP has a banner on the website that they are hiring nationwide. There's a company not going out of business. Moonman Moo, 152 thumbs up, Bruce. You need 48 for 200. Spreads are terrible on the 2025, says DQ. Arms are folded, but I'm always watching. Exactly, sir. Exactly. Way to do it. Way to do it. The Dow's off 414. Market is not helping the stocks today, and it's not going to. We're down 420 on the Dow. We're down 59 on S&P. We're down 224 on NASDAQ. And NASDAQ is down almost 2% here with the Dow off 1.3, S&P down 1.5. Oil down a buck, 74.38, getting hammered again. So the oil speculators, they're not winning. Gold is off $8. Those speculators aren't winning on upside trades. And the VIX is up 149 to 2263. So it's a negative vibe today. That's what you got. With a 425 drop right now and 700 on Tuesday and 90 on Wednesday, we're down 1390. We had a 200-point gain. We're down 1190. Call a 1,200-point drop for the week. It's a 4-day week. Today's Friday. We're down 1,200 points this week. You think stocks should go up today? They might have a recovery later, a bit, but I don't know if we'll have a green day out of this. Probably not. Very interesting. Very interesting on the ATIP, hiring nationally. They're hiring everywhere, trying to desperately bring workers in. They can't keep up with the business. Too many people want physio, and they can't provide all the services that they need to provide. They're trying to hire people. It's amazing. It's just stock's 33.4 cents a share. A company trying to hire. Everyone's laying off. Hello? Everyone else is laying off. These guys are trying to hire people, and the stock is 33.4 cents a share. There you go. Go figure. Why should these shares be 33 cents when over at Bed Bath Beyond, they're trading at $1.50? Why? Bed Bath Beyond was in dire straits, about to go under, and they raised $1 billion like that. ATIP is a long way from being in that kind of trouble, but the stock at 33.4 cents is ridiculous. But there's no Ryan Cohen coming in. We need a Ryan Cohen type person to come in there and go, all right, this is ridiculous. It's a company that's growing. You're trying to hire people. We should be expanding this company. This environment we're in with physio, my goodness, what a great business this could be. We can really grow this thing. Maybe we should merge with other health providers and let's get something going. But how do you move the market other than just buy up a bunch of loose paper, which would be one good idea? Again, I don't know the principal backers of this company. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know where their head is at. They don't talk. They're just silent, and they're allowing this stock to sit here. I have no idea why. Can't be good. Can't be making them richer. So I have no idea. I'm a fan, but boy, it's tough to be a fan when it's down here. It's tough. We're down 455 on the Dow. That is the reality of our day. We're at 1983 now on GameStop. I think we're at 1978 on GameStop. We're down again. on GameStop. The low of the day, $19.60 on GameStop. We're at 1978. So we're 18 cents away from the low of the day. That's what I'm seeing here. Wow, see what happens. I'm not going anywhere. We're down 20 cents on SoFi. Tesla down 822 to 193.85. Congratulations, Tesla option writers. Here's your position. Enjoy the ride. Down goes the shares, and down go your contracts, which is what you want. A 301 dip on Apple, HPQ down 48 cents. Okay. Welcome to the party, all of you, today. We now have 158 thumbs ups, and it has been a grind to try to get thumbs ups in here. 42 needed to make it to 200, and it's hard to get thumbs ups when people are seeing the markets lower, even though option writers are winning. It's sometimes very difficult to get thumbs ups to come in when this happens. But if any of you are able to throw a thumbs up our way, we love you for it. We appreciate it very much. You're giving us momentum. More people should follow us. Learn how to write call options. Those of you who don't know, you have got to know. You have got to get into this. Check out my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Get your butt over there. There are 14 lessons waiting for you to help you make money in this market. If you only learn how to understand how options work, you can make them work for you. Get over there and check them out. See what we can do. Cindy, thank you for thumbs up 158. Appreciate that. I know we're now at 166, 34 to go, and we will have 200. It looks like number 165 is from J-Boy. Thank you, J-Boy, for the 165th thumbs up. 35 left to get, and we will have 200. Beautiful stuff, Hall. Keep those coming in. 171, 29 to go. Yeah, baby. Here comes some more thumbs ups. This is good stuff. All I can do to say thank you is to encourage the markets to go the direction you need them to go. So let's pop up some good old knee emojis here. Knee around the world on a Friday. It's the Friday knee emoji attack. The Knights of Knee from our friends at Monty Python will come on in here and move markets for us. There's Options Nomads right there, right on it. The knee emoji attack is happening. The Big E is here. Welcome. Dude is here with the emojis as well. Here come the knee emojis from all over the world, and folks are now opening their windows and yelling at the top of their lungs. Knee. Richard's doing it, and Deep Value is doing it. Here come the knee emoji attacks. Across the board, around the world, there is no mercy for those who do not understand the power of the knee emojis. Hector is here. Spicy Android is here. Knee. 172 thumbs up, so we need 28 more. Knee. DQ is on it. No relenting here. Hector's here. Z Estate, I'm 172, Bruce. 28 to go. Thank you. DQ, I'm here. Zeta State, hit those thumbs ups button, people. 173, we need 27 more thumbs ups, and we will have made it to the 200 level. Thank you all for helping out with the thumbs up attack, the knee emoji attack. John Anderson is on it. If John Anderson is handing out knee emojis, why aren't you? I mean, do you think John Anderson takes things lightly around here? John is here to make money, you know. Come on and join the party, everybody. IR Aaron, yeah, baby. Here comes some more knee emojis. Oh, yeah. 176 thumbs up. Splair's on it. He knows. Guys and girls, thank you so much for all of your support. DH Ruda, thank you. Splair again. 176 thumbs up count. 24 to go to get to 200. 177 just came in. How about that? You got to love it. Thank you all for everything. It's great. Love having you here. And, well, let's just see what we can do about making some money. Simple as that. Thank you all for the knee emoji attack. There they are. They're just been coming in like crazy. Here's John Anderson. Don't mess with John Anderson. He knows what he's talking about here. Zeta State. Knee. Thank you, friends. Thank you all. DQ. And everyone else, Hector and Howdy Partner, and oh yeah, we're on our way. Thank you all. Lame Duck, neat. Dollars and dollars. Karen, neat. Oh, what a YouTuber will do. How desperate do YouTubers have to be to beg for thumbs ups? It's incredible. We are always begging for thumbs ups, man, and we're always doing it. Thank you, guys. We are coming up to the 2 hour mark of this show, and it is Friday. And oh man, what a run we have going here. Watching the markets drop today, what can I say? Can't help it. I can't stop it. I can only observe it and let you in on what I see in plain English. We're down 485 on the Dow. We're approaching a 500-point drop here. That is the deal. Traders see a 1 in 3 chance of a half-point Fed rate hike. That is the story coming out just a few minutes ago. Another headline. Apple down 316 right now. 493 drop on the Dow. We're going for 564-point drop. Oh man, oh man. 1978 on GameStop down 36 cents. SoFi down 20 at 635. Tesla 194.05 down $8. Apple down 308. HBQ down 52. ATIP at 33.4 cents down 1.7 cents. Google 89.07 down $2. Moderna down 611 to 141.46. Cisco down 84 to 48.37. Pfizer down 72 cents. IBM down a buck. Microsoft down 550. ME is sitting at 251 down 8. Matterport 306 down 11. Bed Bath Beyond up 2 pennies, 152. Cyxtera down 11 cents. Rocket Lab down 13. Smart Rent down 5. Spire down 2. Amazon down 326. Home Depot down $5. Netflix down 8.20. Vanik down 5.20. Adobe down 26 and holding. Goldman down 2.20. Boeing down 8.89. We got Meta down 3.50. Meta Platforms. Waiting for my internet to come back on here. I'm not sure if we're off or not. We got the circle of death going on right now.